Welcome back to Zito TechVerse. In this video, we're covering the top 30 generative and agentic AI interview questions. We'll explore everything from LLM foundations to production. For each topic, I'll provide a structured answer, a real-world analogy, and an example. Let's get started. Our roadmap is divided into 4 sections: generative AI foundations, LLMs and RAG, agentic AI and tools, and finally, evaluation, safety, and production. These 30 questions cover the spectrum from beginner to advanced concepts. Section 1. Generative AI Foundations. Question 1. What is generative AI, and how does it differ from traditional AI? Unlike traditional AI, which typically predicts a label or classification, generative AI creates entirely new content, like text or images, by learning data distributions and sampling from them. Question 2. What is a large language model? An LLM is a neural network built on transformer architecture, trained to predict the next token in a sequence. Through massive training, these models develop emergent capabilities, like reasoning and summarization. Question 3. What are tokens, and why do they matter? Tokens are the chunks of text-to-model processes. Since model context windows and API costs are based on token counts, understanding how text is tokenized is essential for managing performance and expenses. Question 4. What is the transformer architecture? Introduced in 2017, the transformer replaced sequential processing with self-attention, allowing models to process entire sequences in parallel and capture complex relationships between tokens, which enabled the modern LLM revolution. Question 5. What is the difference between pre-training and fine-tuning? Pre-training creates a base model by learning language patterns from massive unlabeled data. Fine-tuning then adapts that base model for specific tasks using much smaller, curated datasets. Question 6. What are embeddings? Embeddings turn text into numeric vectors, where similar meanings are mathematically close. They are the engine behind semantic search and retrieval-augmented generation, allowing systems to find relevant information efficiently. Question 7. What is a diffusion model? This is the generative technique used for image tools like Stable Diffusion. It works by learning to reverse a gradual noising process, transforming random static into coherent images based on a text prompt. Question 8. What distinguishes a foundation model from a fine-tuned one? A foundation model is a large, general-purpose system trained broadly. A fine-tuned model is a specialized version derived from that foundation for specific domain-driven tasks. Section 2. LLMs, Prompting, and RAG. Question 9. What is prompt engineering? It's the art of crafting precise inputs, using instructions, context, and examples to optimize model performance. It is often a faster, more cost-effective alternative to full model training for specific tasks. Question 10. Explain zero-shot, one-shot, and few-shot prompting. These terms define how many examples you provide in a prompt. Zero-shot uses only an instruction. One-shot includes one example, and few-shot provides several to establish a clear pattern for the model. Question 11. What is chain-of-thought prompting? By asking the model to reason step by step, you can significantly improve accuracy on logic and math tasks. It forces the model to show its work, though it does increase token usage and latency. Question 12. What is Retrieval-Augmented Generation, or RAG? It combines an LLM with an external knowledge source, allowing the model to answer based on specific, up-to-date data. By grounding responses in retrieved facts, RAG significantly reduces hallucinations. Question 13. What is a vector database, and why is it used in RAG? It stores text as embeddings and enables fast semantic search. In a RAG pipeline, it allows the system to find the most relevant document chunks based on meaning rather than keywords. Question 14. How do you improve a RAG system that returns poor answers? Start by refining your chunking strategy, using hybrid search to catch keywords, and adding a re-ranking step to ensure the most relevant context is prioritized for the final generation. Question 15. What is the context window, and how do you handle its limits? It represents the maximum tokens a model processes. When you hit this limit, you must manage it by summarizing previous conversation turns, chunking large documents, or using RAG for retrieval. Section 3. Agentic AI and tools. We move from answering questions to getting things done. Question 16. What is agentic AI? Unlike a standard chatbot, an AI agent can autonomously plan and execute actions to achieve a goal. It operates in a loop, thinking, acting, and observing the results until the task is complete. Question 17. How is an AI agent different from a chatbot? A chatbot is reactive and generates text, whereas an agent is proactive. Agents are designed to maintain memory, track goals, and interact with the world through external tools and APIs. Question 18. What is the React pattern? It is a framework where agents interleave reasoning and acting. The model generates a thought to plan, performs an action using a tool, and assesses the observation before repeating the cycle. Question 19. What is function calling in LLMs? It allows a model to trigger external code or APIs by outputting structured data. By defining specific tools, you enable the model to bridge its internal knowledge with external data or actions. Question 20. What is the role of memory in an agent? Memory provides continuity. Short-term memory holds the current session's context, while long-term memory, often via vector stores, lets agents recall past user preferences and historical data for future tasks. Question 21. What are multi-agent systems? These are frameworks where specialized agents collaborate on a complex problem. An orchestrator delegates tasks to experts, like a researcher or a coder, to achieve a more reliable and nuanced final output. Question 22. What is the Model Context Protocol? Known as MCP, it is an open standard that provides a universal way to connect models to external tools and data, removing the need for custom, bespoke integrations. Section 4. Evaluation, Safety, and Production. How to ensure your systems perform reliably in the real world. Question 23. What is hallucination, and how do you reduce it? Hallucination occurs when a model confidently asserts false information. You can mitigate this by grounding the model with retrieved sources, requiring citations, and lowering temperature settings. Question 24. What do temperature and top P control? These parameters manage randomness. A low temperature makes outputs deterministic and focused for facts, while a higher setting introduces variety and creativity for brainstorming tasks. Question 25. How do you evaluate the quality of an LLM application? Start by defining task-specific metrics and building a golden test set. You can use automatic checks alongside an LLM as a judge approach to score responses on relevance and faithfulness, while also collecting human feedback. Question 26. What is prompt injection and how do you defend against it? It occurs when malicious input tries to hijack the model's instructions. You defend by strictly separating instructions from untrusted user data, applying the principle of least privilege, and sanitizing all inputs. Question 27. What is reinforcement learning from human feedback, or RLHF? It is a process used to align a model with human preferences. Humans rank model outputs, a reward model is trained on those rankings, and the LLM is fine-tuned to maximize that reward. Question 28. What is LoRA? LoRA, or low-rank adaptation, is an efficient fine-tuning method. It freezes the base model and trains small, low-rank matrices, which significantly reduces the memory and compute required compared to full fine-tuning. Question 29. What are guardrails? They are safety controls that constrain inputs, outputs, and actions. Guardrails screen for unsafe content, validate formats, and require human approval for risky tool calls, ensuring the system remains predictable and safe. Question 30. What are the key challenges in deploying general AI to production? Beyond the demo, you face high costs, latency, reliability issues like hallucinations, and data privacy compliance. Successful production requires rigorous monitoring, observability, and robust fallback mechanisms. That's our top 30 generative AI and agentic AI interview questions. If this helped you prepare, give it a like, and subscribe to Zito TechVerse for more. Drop your toughest AI question in the comments, and I'll cover it next. Good luck with your interview.